Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd come to you with another video, mainly because uh, yesterday's video that I did for the book City of Dreams, yes. I had meant it to be going up today at 5 p.m. my time. I thought I'd scheduled for that, but it looks like I scheduled it for 5 a.m. Oh well. And I saw Michael K. Vaughn has done his video for June on the Range. So I thought I'd just pop in and reiterate because I know what I'm going to be reading, at least for the most part. And I think I want to add some other things as well to this, but we'll see. The main thing, I've already talked about this when I got the book, was The Hero of 100 Fights by Ned Buttline. And it's a collection of 4 of his dime novels. And his real name was Edward Zane Carroll Judson. And it states on the flap here, in a life as outrageous as any fiction, Buttline was a sailor, a soldier, a duelist, a showman, a gambler, and a bigamist, and a rabble-rouser. But above all, he was a writer, arguably the most successful dime novelist of his day. At a time when the West was still being won, when its living legends had not yet assumed the nature or the stature of folk heroes, Ned Buttline not only wrote about them, he was one of them, a colorful figure among other colorful figures in the West. Now, this has 4 of his novels, and they are Buffalo Bill, the King of Bordermen, or the wildest and truest tale I've ever told. Hazel Eye, the Girl Trapper, a tale of strange young life. Doesn't parse right, but oh well. The Minor Detective, or the Ghost of the Gulch, and then Wild Bill's Last Trail. So this will be really nice because it's got a lot of extra material too by the editor, which is really, really nice. And I really got a deal on this, or I thought I did, but it seems like it's a cheap book for some reason. I don't know why. It's edited by Clay Reynolds, who I think is, is author of 14 books and 1,000 other publications ranging from critical studies to short fiction and poems. He is professor of arts and humanities at the University of Texas at Dallas, and a National Endowment for the Arts Fellow. So this is going to be a lot of fun to read. And last year I started reading was sort of the robots. I called it that, of the sort of the planes. And I'll be reading 4 more, 1 a week. Like that. These will be 1 a week. And there's the Frank Reed Jr. Collected. I have a couple more volumes of this, but I'm not sure where they are at the moment. But there's 2 more in here. Frank Reed Jr. With his new Steam Man in No Man's Land, or On a Mysterious Trail. And then with his new Steam Man in Central America. Well, I'm still going to count that as the West. And then this one here, Steam Man of the Prairies, a dime novel anthology. There's 2 in here, but one is quite hefty. It's Frank Reed and his Steam Horse. And it's from 1882 by Harry Enton. And then the last one in here, which is a lot shorter, Jack Wright and his Electric Stage. That was 1894 by Louis Senarens, who was the big writer of these. So 1 each of these. Plus, Michael has mentioned to read a Zane Grey, which I will be. I'll be reading the one for once I dig it out. I do have a couple Zane Greys. It'll be nice if I actually have 4 Zane Greys, because I'll read one a week Zane Greys as well. They're not they're not big books, so I might really concentrate on June, or at least that's the idea, on westerns, as well as the other things that I'm reading. Hopefully, I'm over this slump and the heats doesn't turn my brain to mush. But yeah, and then Louis L'Amour. Well, I will be reading, continuing to read the Sackett series. So I need to catch up. Not catch up, but like there's 19 of them, so I need to read more than one a month. So I need to start doing that. So that's a perfect time to read one each as well. So it'll be 4 books a week, if things work out, of westerns, and that will be fine. So yeah, so that is my sort of plan. So 4 of the Ned Buttline, I couldn't think of his first name, stories, and 4 of the sort of Steam Man of the Plains stories. If I could find the other volumes of this, I might continue on with this and not this one. But this is the backup if I can't find the others of these by that time. And hopefully, well, 4 Louis L'Amours, that's pretty clear. And hopefully 4 Zane Greys. The other thing I wanted to mention with the Ned Buttline, he didn't just write westerns. Well, what I read there was very interesting. But I recently read with Mark at Book Time with Elvis the Mysteries of Paris, and that started a craze. There was Mysteries of London, and there's a Mysteries of New York. And guess who wrote Mysteries of New York? Yes, Ned Buttline. I'd love to get a copy of that. I think I have it in PDF somewhere, but that's a big ask for me to read something like that, especially in PDF. But yeah, so that's my June on the Range, and I'm quite excited about this because the material that I'm reading, especially this stuff, the dime novel stuff, and that's it's just perfect excuse. The dime novels were things that I've always wanted to dig into, and I haven't been able to. I really would like to read a sort of study of dime novels, but it's I don't have anything that is a specific study. This will be the closest that has the extra material in, critical material. I do have some PDFs, which I'll probably dip into if I can search them for things like this. But yeah, I'm not going to. I well, I don't have the ability to buy anything, and some of those are quite expensive as well. So, if anybody out there has a book about the dime novels and they don't want it anymore, well, do let me know. I'm interested. But anyway, and yeah, Edgar's quite excited about this as well, because in our late night discussions, he, I think, has been out there, during the time of the West, so he remembers somebody called Sackett out there in the early days. He's a funny character. He's been around. Thank you, BookTube. We'll see you next time.